introduce myself before we get started. My name is Gemma. I am an academic advisor at the Advice Place and I go by she, her pronouns. My role is to offer academic advice. Our advisors are made up of both academic advisors and welfare advisors, and we specialise in different topics, which I'll go over in a bit more detail during the session. Today I'm going to quickly cover what the Advice Place does and how to access the service. I'm going to run over a few different slides, and then there will be an opportunity to ask questions at the end and some information on how to contact us. So the Advice Place is a service that is run as part of the Students' Association. As part of that service, we promise students to be confidential, impartial. We are trained professionals. We do not hold any judgments or biases. We are available to all students, regardless of whether you are full-time, part-time, or distance learning. Our service is also completely free to anyone at any point to use it. So what does that really mean in practice? Well, the Advice Place is completely separate from the university. We will not share any information with anyone else without your permission, whether this be the university, other students, or external services. We will only do this with your express consent. So we're part of the Students' Association, and we're completely separate from the university. Your choice is always yours, and our advisors don't go into any appointments with any preconceived goals or expectations, and we will try to provide you with all of the options that are available to you so that you can make an informed decision that is best for you. This means that you can take all, some, or none of the advice that we offer, and we'll still help you. There is no expectation or judgment from us, and if you change your mind at any point and you want to pursue something at a later date, then we will always be happy to pick up where we left. Our staff have been trained in a variety of different topics, and we try to keep our knowledge as up to date as possible. We strive for our service to be fully accessible to all students, so if you can't find a way to access our service or there are any accessibility issues, do let us know, and we will always try and find a way to make this work for you. So in the Advice Place, we do find that we will get questions on absolutely everything, and we will try to answer them as much as possible. The only exception to this is visa and immigration issues is something that is managed by the Student Immigration Service, and that's not something that we can offer. Our main topics of advice usually cover things like money, such as student funding and students in financial hardship. Our advisors can go over benefits and managing your money and supporting you if you've been scammed out of money. This isn't something that tends to happen very often, but we do want students to be mindful of these things happening, and we can always support you if that does happen to you. Housing is also a big one, whether that's advice on your rights as a tenant in private accommodation, disputes over repairs and deposits and getting money back from your landlord or the letting agency. We also offer a free lease checking service so that we can look over your lease before signing to make sure there are no red flags, and making sure that any properties that you might see that you want to sign up for are legitimate. As an academic advisor, we can offer support for students on academic processes, such as special circumstances that might be impacting on your studies. If there are any progression issues or you're unhappy with any grades or outcomes, we can support you through the process of going through an appeal. Or if there are any allegations or mistakes of academic misconduct, then we can support you through those processes as well. For postgraduate research students specifically, if there are any issues with your supervisors or any issues with the sort of supervisory process, then we can speak to you confidentially about this and try and find the best way forward. We do handle lots of other inquiries as well, such as crime and harassment. We are a third-party reporting site so that we can help students to report crimes to the police, whether you choose to do this anonymously or not. We also deal with supporting students who've been victims of sexual assault or domestic violence. If you would like to launch a complaint, whether internal within the university or externally, we can support you through that process as well and give you advice on that. We could also advise on if you have been specifically complained about as well, and take you through that process as well. We can also offer support for any students that have experienced harassment or hate crime and discrimination. Obviously, we always hope that none of these things would ever happen to you, but we want you to know that the support is there if you do need it. Other services we provide include free safe sex products. We offer free sanitary products, including moon cups and free pregnancy tests. All of these will be offered in a safe and socially distanced way from our office once term begins. In certain circumstances, we can advocate on your behalf. For example, if you're having difficulty communicating with student finances, we can speak to them on your behalf with your permission, rather than you being that person in the middle. And we would always do that with your permission. We can also offer to attend university meetings with you or university hearings with you as a means of moral support if you're feeling anxious or worried about attending by yourself. And we can also prepare you for those meetings. In terms of accessing the service, due to COVID right now, dropping into our office is not possible. Our staff are working remotely, but we can offer advice over the telephone or by email. If your case is a little bit more complicated or detailed, then we can offer appointments either through the phone or through video conferencing using Microsoft Teams, which is a system that you'll become more and more familiar with as you start your university experience. However, depending on your circumstances, there may be some instances where we can offer an in-person appointment at our office, and this will always be at the discretion of the team so that we can manage this safely. So if you would like an in-person appointment, feel free to email us and express that interest. These are our usual opening hours. Our main office is based on the central campus within the Potter Row building, just opposite the McEwen Hall. We do also have an office up at the King's Building campus, which will be primarily for science and engineering students. Here's just another reminder of our telephone number and our email address. We do also have a lot of really useful resources and information on the Students' Association website under support and advice. So please do check this out as well. We try to keep this as regularly up to date as possible.